to whoever watch this video. Let us introduce ourselves. So we are from EIC1 Class E. My name is Samuel Nicholas.
And I'm Matthew Santoso from the same class.
And I'm Yoananda with a Santoso in majoring in Informatics.
So this is our assignment for final test. Thank you. So we are entering the first part. So we're gonna answering some questions. So Calvin, I'm gonna ask you, what useful skills have you learned in your life? Please elaborate them.
Okay, I think useful skills that I can do in my life is drawing. But now I'm in university class multimedia. I'm majoring in informatics, but I really like to drawing because yes, can make burn my time, and also I can learn about some method about the hatching, like cross hatching, and build some material. And I think I can do some anatomy and perspective. Maybe that's all. Okay, Matthew, I want to ask you: have you ever spoken to a large group of people?
Well, talking to a large group of people, well, surely I had an experience in those fields because currently I'm in the university and talking to a large number of group or opening a discussion to a large number of people has been a quite challenging moment, but it's also has its own beneficial factors. And the challenging part is that you will need to accept a lot of information, a lot of ideas from other people's, not just one, not just two, probably three or four or five at the same time. Well, it's quite challenging because you will need to process all of those ideas, opinions at the same time. And then surely the benefits is that you will get a lot of more ideas from those people that you talk to. You discuss some materials to discuss a lot of problem too, of course, because uh, those ideas will improve your knowledge even better. And then the third question is that I'm gonna ask Samuel Nicholas, work out a route from one side of a city to another using at least four different kinds of transportations. Consider the time, cost, and environmental impact.
One of the city that I want to mention is Jakarta because Jakarta has so many different transportation. Okay, so the first transportation that I want to mention is bus, aka Transjakarta. For the time side, taking a bus is I think is more efficient uh, compared to private transportation because yeah, actually uh, bus has its own line, so making they are faster. Yeah, and then for the cost, it's quite cheap. Yeah, quite affordable for anyone. And then for the environmental impact, I think it is not too environmental friendly because it is still use gas. But if you compare it with private transportation, taking a bus is more environmental friendly. And then for the second one, I think uh, like bicycle. Bicycle is the most environmental friendly transportation, and then it is cost the most cheap, the cheapest transportation. And then I think but for the time, I think it is not too efficient because yeah, you need a long time. And then the transportation, I think train is also affordable transportation, environmental friendly transportation, and then uh, train is also fast, so you can travel to one place.
Another place.
Yeah, quickly. Yeah, and then for the last transportation that I want to mention is about online taxi, for example, like Gojek and Grab. So yeah, it is maybe a little bit more expensive than train and bus, but it is more convenient to use. Yeah, so that's it. And then I want to ask Calvin, uh, can you explain your food diet and why you have chosen it? Please explain.
Okay, for my food diet, I'm usually consume food between 2 until 3 times per day, and usually every time I'm eat, there's always a vegetable. Sometimes the portion of vegetable and rice is more vegetable than rice. And why I choose vegetable for my diet, because vegetable is very cheap and you can find it anywhere. And another reason I choose vegetable because I want to maintain my healthy, because now it's the rainy season and I have to maintain my healthy. Okay, and I want to ask you, Matthew, uh, can you think a solution for the following situation? Like people often feel stressed at the work at the end, become unproductive.
That can occur to people when they are at work, and surely it has some cause that people feel that make them stress, of course. Well, the solution is probably just take a break, uh, just a short time, like probably a power nap, if you ever heard of it. It's nap between 1 to 2 hours, so it's not taking that long time, and surely it will make you more energized when you wake up. Also, maybe you can take some coffee break, like drink some coffee, do something that productive, like sports like bowling, soccer, or basketball, that can make you feel more healthier, or even a gym. Okay, I think that's all from me. And then I'm gonna ask you, Samuel Nicholas, how would you feel? How would you reduce the pollution in Jakarta?
Okay, so for this question, I think it is quite difficult to do this. But for me, what can I do to reduce pollution in Jakarta, especially air pollution, is I think uh, taking public transportation more than uh, private
Vehicle,
transportation.
yeah.
Yeah, because as I was mentioning it, uh, taking public transportation will make
Carbon monoxide.
yeah, the gas consumption will become less.
Okay. Also,
Uh,
it has
Right.
carbon monoxide
Yeah,
reduce.
Yeah, I think
right.
Carbon dioxide.
also the government needs to make a regulation and educate the community to take care of the environment to keep healthy.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's all for part one right now. Thank you very much for listening our conversation.
Okay. Okay, now we enter the second part. I will describe this photo. You can see this. I think when I see this photo for the first time, it looks like a royal family. And you see, in here there's children. I think they are this both of couple married daughter, and they look like a twin because their face is very similar. And if you look at their suit, is very neat and elegant. And I'm sure seems to have planned to this photo because it's very good photo.
Okay, so right now I'm gonna describe this photo. As you can see, there is a young man right here, and then there is a fireman right here. I think the young man is doing some practice to extinguish the fire. Yeah, I think this is a very good practice. So the young man will not panic if he facing a fire. And then yeah, I think the fireman right here is looks happy. Also, the young man looks happy because yeah, the children they are like to play with waters. Yeah, that's it from me.
Well, for the last picture, I'm going to describe this photo. Well, in this photo, you can see there are four individuals that just graduates from their university. Also, their face have some emotion in their face, the feeling of joy, accomplishment, happiness, and the feeling of uh, friendship also, because as you can see in this picture, they are uh, close with each other. They represent the fulfillment of friendship in the university life. Also, in this picture, you can see that they are ready for the next chapter of their lives. Uh, Probably some of them gonna be some scientists, or going to be some enforcement, like judge, or like a police officer, or maybe they are going to become a doctor or a good lawyer. Well, in this picture, you can also feel that uh, they are feeling some gratitude of their educational journey, and uh, the back the background or the campus that they attend. Well, it helps them to achieve their academic goals so that they can be more successful in the future. Thank you very much.
Tiga.
So we are going to enter the third part, where we are going to discuss some topics that might interest us as a teenager.
Okay, I will go first. Maybe the topic that can interest the teenager is saving water and electricity, because when you save water and electricity, you can minimize your expense. And if you saving your electricity, it can be cheaper electricity cost. And because they are teenager, maybe they have any needs like hobby equipment or by their happiness because they are teenagers.
I am agree with that opinion, but in reality, we can see there are many teenagers there wasting electricity. For example, they are leaving their lights on even though they are sleeping and other else. And for any other example, yeah. And then the second topic is maybe like buying things second hands. Yeah, I think that is a popular thing that Indonesian people do, especially teenagers.
Like thrifting, right?
Yeah, something like that. Because in my opinion, second-hand things is not that bad actually. Yeah, if you compare it with the new things, I think the second-hand things is still in the yeah worth it.
Stage, right?
Yeah, and if you compare the price, the second-hand things is much more cheaper
Cheaper,
than
yeah.
the new one. So I think buying second-hand things is more worth it than the buying
And
the new one.
it's also affordable, right?
Yeah,
But if you buy something that second things, didn't get the experience when it's 100% performance, like exactly like first PC or laptops.
yeah.
You mean like a first purchase? Like,
Yes.
uh, if you buy a car, also it's quite uh, possible that the performance might go down in 1 or 2 years of using it. Well, I'm gonna talk about bikes uh, and cars, because using bikes is more affordable, also more healthier than cars. If you use car like private car, it can cost you the carbon emission goes up and damage our environment. And also using bikes is more cheaper, and also it's more healthier for your body. And then I'm gonna talk about the environment, is that uh, protecting threatened animals like rhinos, blue whale, or white shark. These are some endangered animals that we need to protect. They are need of our attentions, so that they are not going to go extinct from our earth. Also, I'm gonna ask my fellow friends about recycling glass, paper, and plastic. What's your opinion about the recycling process?
I think the teenager uh, not really like of that kind of thing because yeah, recycling glass, paper, and plastic honestly is a quite difficult thing to do because yeah, you are spend so much time
Right?
yeah
And
because
effort
yeah
also.
and then as we know teenagers has they teenager have
There are
their
practicality,
yeah
right?
they have
Yeah.
their own bus
Business, like
business
the yeah.
yeah so they don't have time to maybe recycling glass, paper, and plastic.
Okay, I think that's all from us.
With
About the conclusion with my
Maybe
friends.
yeah maybe what do you want to add more?
I think recycling glass and plastic is not interest for teenagers because basically humans prefer playing than do some things like recycling or maybe to care about the
Yeah.
environment.
In my opinion, I would state that buying things secondhand probably the most popular topic in Indonesia right now because thrifting is one of the popular things to do for teenagers because sometimes they might found a jackpot or some branded fashionable clothes or outfits. Well, I think that's all from us. Thank you for listening.
Okay, entering the last part, and I want to talk about: are you worried about the environment and why?
Yeah, I personally worry about the environmental these days because, as we know, there are many pollution in the earth, especially in our country, Indonesia, especially in Jakarta
Yeah,
city,
like
and
air pollution.
around yeah, and around Jakarta, the air pollution is very severe, and then yeah, it is bad for our healthy. Yeah, I think we should take the action to
Reduce,
reduce the air
reduce the
pollution. Uh, maybe like simple action, for example, like taking public transportation and other else.
okay. For now, air pollution has been a concern in our country because it's been really bad, really awful, and then there are probably a few options that we can take as an individual to reduce these air pollution, such as uh, doing some reforestations or taking like somewhere else say the public
Public transportation.
transportations, of course. Probably we are going to need some help from our government
Yeah,
to do some reforestations, also doing some educations to
yeah.
our people that why is it matter to concern about the current air pollution.
And then I think the government needs to improve the environmental friendly transportation, for
Yeah.
example, like electric based transportation, yeah, something like that.
Okay. What about you, Calvin?
Okay. Honestly, I'm worried about the environment in Indonesia because there are still many people who didn't care about the environment, and indirectly, they also didn't care about the other people. So I can conclude the awareness of the importance of keeping the environment still healthy is very lacking in Indonesia. And I hope the government can provide education and prohibit littering rabies to the public in order to reduce the pollution. And because maybe that's all.
Well, air pollution can do us some damage, can make our body feel ill because you can get some breathing infections
Yeah,
like in your lungs. Surely it's been a health problem too for humans, also for animals too. Surely there are a few ways we can help, like my fellow classmate just mentioned earlier. Surely I think air pollution is going to be one of our concerns for the present moment and the future moments. I think that's all for now. Thank you for listening to our conversations. Goodbye.
By